Okay, so show me anyone in this list from going back to Moses all the way down to modern day that interpreted Isaiah 53 to be speaking about the Messiah.
Can I hop in and say something real quick?
It's God. It's God. It's God.
Who, do you know this guy?
This
is Radar.
No.
Logic, I don't know. Do you know him?
Yeah.
Go ahead, bro.
So listen, you brought up that text earlier that you were talking about, that Jewish text. Do you know who wrote that text?
We brought up a lot of Jewish text.
Mishnah Torah that you were talking about, the chain of transmission. Do you know who wrote that?
Nah, but I can get it for you if you want.
No, I know who wrote it. I'm just saying you're quoting it like you know what it's talking about. You're saying that doesn't show that Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah?
No, it doesn't.
Do you know who wrote that? Like I said, I'm asking you again. You don't know, right?
I just said if you want, I can get it for you.
No, I know who wrote it. It's Rambam. And you're saying that text that he wrote proves that Isaiah 53 isn't about the Messiah. But in Rambam's Igerah, Rambam's letter, he states that Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah.
Okay. Who in that transmission said it was messianic?
Hold on for a second. You're interposing an interpretation that's not normally there. Rambam himself wrote that in the chain of transmission. Rambam is there. What time period did Rambam write in?
I don't know. I can get it for you if you want.
You don't have to. It's 1100s. Rambam wrote in 1100s. He's writing down a chain of transmission based upon the tradition. While he's writing that, in other letters he wrote that Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah.
You want a
when
cookie?
Rambam wrote that, are you giving out cookies? Are they halal?
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is that, listen, what I'm saying to you is that based upon Isaiah 53, based upon what Rambam's writing, Rambam believes Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah, and you're reading a text written by Rambam showing that you just shot yourself in the foot.
And nobody in that text states that it's about the Messiah.
My friend, that is not the point. The point is that the person who wrote that text, listen, the point is that the person who wrote that text believed that Isaiah 53 was about the Mashiach because he wrote it inside of his Igerah.
But nobody in that transmission of the law believed that it's about the Messiah.
What are they transmitting in that message? What's being transmitted from teacher to student? What's being transmitted?
The oral transmission of the law.
The law. What's the Torah? What is this? What is the oral transmission
Torah,
of the law?
The law.
Does it say oral in that text? Go back to the first sentence and read what it says.
Okay, go ahead. What is it? What does it say?
Go back. It's you're the one using the source. Go back and read it. It doesn't say oral. It says Torah. It says the Torah.
Answer the question. Does anybody in the 40 names listed in that list that I brought mention that it's Isaiah 53 is messianic? Yes or no?
First off, half of those
answer
people
the question. Yes or no?
Half of those people
answer
are before
the question.
Isaiah 53
yes or no?
was written. That
answer
was
the question.
Isaiah 53.
Yes or no?
The fact that you can't see how stupid that question is crazy. Half of those people are before Isaiah 53.
Answer the question.
Half of the people are before Isaiah 53.
Answer the question.
Half of the people are before Isaiah 53.
Yes or no?
Most people can see that it was before
Answer
Isaiah
the
53.
question.
What are they
yes
transmitting?
Or no?
What are they transmitting?
In that
what are the
law,
people transmitting? You're quoting sources you don't know.
Anybody in
what
that?
Are they? Okay, I'll answer you.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Does anybody in that list say that Isaiah 53 is messianic, speaking about the Messiah? Yes or no?
I believe that when Isaiah read it, he knew it was about the Mashiach.
Okay, where is the evidence?
I believe that he knew it was about the Mashiach. Why Isaiah 53? Now hold on. I answered your question. I did answer it.
No, you
Brother,
didn't.
I answered to you. Calm down.
Asked for a yes or no.
Unbutton your blazer. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Let's go back to the beginning of what we're saying. Let's go
back up your mom's rear end. That's where you're going.
Oh, come on, man.
He's being disrespectful.
How? What'd he do?
I'm asking a simple question. He wants to yell, go back, a Messianic Jew who was born 40 years ago.
GodLogic, we have questions.
No, it's because you mentioned, you quoted a source from Rambam,
and he won't answer it.
Literally, the original person of the source says that that's about the Messiah, and how literally in the text all this talking about.
That's why he wouldn't say yes or no. I asked for a yes.
No.
Yes. I would have asked.
You're missing what you missed. I think it's going over your head, Central. The person who documented the source that you brought up, Rambam, the one who wrote that source about this oral law transmission, says that Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah. And so all you're doing is we're showing a recording of oral law transmission, according to him. While Isaiah himself is in that transmission. Isaiah himself is talking about the Messiah here in 52 and 53.
Also, I want him to tell me, where did Rambam say that Isaiah 53 is about Jesus?
Let him come. He quoted the source for you.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
No, he didn't.
He quoted it to you twice.
What's the source then?
Bring him back up and let him do it.
Somebody invite that radar guy. I want him to give me the source where Rambam says that's about Jesus.
Oh, I'm back from the dead like Jesus, man. It's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Show me where Rambam says that this is about Jesus.
So Rambam said in his Egeret Teman.
Messianic.
Egeret Teman. He said it's about the Mashiach. It's about the Messiah. That's the point. Now, will you answer my question that I asked you?
Okay, where does he say? Can I get a page?
It's Egeret Teman. All you have to do is look it up.
Okay.
You can find it easy. Egeret Teman.
Rambam.
Okay.
Spell it for me.
Brother, you're not going to be able to find it when you Google, brother. These are Hebrew sources. You're not going to be able to find it.
Okay, so pull it up.
You can find an English translation. Listen to me for a second. I answered your question. I answered your question. I'm telling you, it's Egeret Teman. I'm telling you where it's at. Now listen to what I'm saying to you. Now, will you answer my question, though? Respectfully, will you answer my question?
Okay, respectfully, will you pull up the source?
I just told you what the source is. The source is Egeret Teman. What do you want me to do for that?
Okay, you said I can't find it. You have it, so can you pull it up for me?
Brother, I'm telling you that this is a source. Trust me, I've done many videos on it and documented it, okay? Egeret Teman. I'm telling you. You want to believe it? You don't believe it? That's fine.
I don't believe it.
So listen. Egeret Teman is 100%. This is what it says, okay? And now, the other thing also, he says it's about the Mashiach. I have the reference here for you. Fine, I'll pull it up. But now, will you answer my question?
Okay. No, he's not answering any questions unless GodLogic answers my questions.
Hold on for a second. Hold on.
Radar, we'll answer your question and then you'll answer one of ours, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet.
So listen, my question to you was, what were they transmitting in that text that you were talking about?
I answered that.
No, you didn't. What were they transmitting?
The law.
The law. The written law, the oral law, like you said.
Oral.
Okay, so first off, find the word oral in there for me.
Okay, 1 second. What is the Torah?
I'm sorry. When you're done answering my question, I'll answer yours.
Okay, the Torah is literally the law. But anyways.
What are they transmitting in there?
The law. I literally said it 1,000,000 times.
Okay, you said oral law. Now you're saying the law because you're not finding the word oral in there after you did your Google search. Because they're transmitting the Torah. And because they're transmitting
That's literally
the Torah,
what I said.
Isaiah 53 is not in the Torah.
That's literally what I said, the Torah.
So that they're not referencing Isaiah 53 in this passage of the chain of transmission. They're referencing the Torah that they were passing down from one to another.
Okay, cool. So
why would they be talking about Isaiah 53?
Because Isaiah is mentioned here.
Okay, so if Isaiah's writing it
more
than halfway down the chain of transmission, then how is someone before him going to mention that Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah?
Okay, so did I ask GodLogic to show me where Moses says Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah? No, I didn't.
Isaiah 53 didn't exist yet. That's my point.
That's exactly my point. I never asked him to do that.
Yeah, you asked who in this chain references Isaiah 53 to be about Jesus.
Yes, and then I went to Isaiah.
Moses is on that train.
Anyone after Isaiah. I said
and
Isaiah and after. Go ahead.
Good Lord.
Okay, so there you go. I answered your question. Now, could we ask a question?
You can ask a question if you want to.
Okay, go ahead. He has the same belief in GodLogic.
I'm going to show you the source right now, okay? For Egeret Teman, this is a chronicle of all these sources of the sages. Here you go. This is Egeret Teman. Look, Rabbi's letter to Yemen. Let me flip the camera for you. Okay. Let me make this a little smaller, okay, so you can see it. And look, this is all the Hebrew here. Okay, look, this is Rambam's Egeret letter to Teman, the letter to Yemen. And here's the source, okay? Look at what it says. Can you see it? Rambam's letter to Yemen. He says, what is the manner of Messiah's advent? Thou canst not know this so far as it be said of him that he is the son of such an one. Right? There shall rise up one of whom none have known before, the sign and wonder of the Almighty. Then it quotes a verse, says, behold, the man whose name is the branch, he shall branch forth out of his place, Zechariah 6:12. And Isaiah speaks similarly of the time when he will appear, without his father or mother or family being known. He came up as a sucker before him and as a root out of dry earth, Isaiah 53:2, stating that this passage is clearly about the Messiah and about the Mashiach, about the individual who came up. This is about the individual, the Messiah, the Mashiach 100%. But the unique phenomenon of attending his manifestation is that all the kings of the earth will be thrown into terror at the fame of him, that they will lay their hand upon their mouth. In the words of Isaiah, when describing the manner in which the kings will hearken and listen to him, at him kings will shut their mouth. For that which had not been told them, they have seen, and that which they had not heard, they have perceived. Please do not ever use that source again to try to prove something about Isaiah 53. Thank you very much.
His mother will not be known. Who is Jesus' mother?
Brother, we are talking about him applying Isaiah 53 to the Messiah. Stop dancing, my friend.
It says his mother will not be known. Who is the mother of Jesus?
Hold on. Central. You for some reason, it's like everything is going over your head. The point that he was raising was that Rambam, right, refers to Isaiah 53 as a messianic passage. That's his point. He's not saying that that's not his authority. He's just showing you that the authority that you used when you quoted him and his source, that source, the guy who comes up with that, says that Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah. You asked him to show you the source and he did. That's it.
I'll have to look at that source, but again, it says that his mother was not known, but we clearly know who the mother was.
Who cares what he says?
What do you mean, who cares? So you're picking one. Hold on.
You have to understand, the point is that Rambam believes this is about the Mashiach. Rambam believes that this is about the Mashiach. Rambam doesn't get everything right. Remember, just the same way the Jews rejected your prophet, the same way the Jews rejected your prophet, I don't see you walking away saying, oh, we're going to reject Muhammad now.
Don't run to my prophet. Don't run to my prophet.
But this is the thing.
Because the same letter you brought up authority. The same letter you brought up refutes you.
And the source that you brought up refutes you. You're the one that...
So you're bringing something to refute me that refutes you.
I'm showing you that you cannot...
Radar.
How hypocritical.
One second, because he's not getting it. Radar. Not Radar, Central. You used a source to try to argue that Isaiah 53 is not messianic. That's what you did. So what Radar did was show you that the source of the source that you're using believes that Isaiah 53 is messianic. So it's self-defeating.
Not at all.
You get it?
Because Rambam is not mentioned in this chain of transmission.
Imagine me saying, like you.
This guy Radar thinks he did something. He didn't do nothing.
Imagine me using the Quran as a source to prove to you that Jesus is God. While literally in that same source, or the person behind the source, literally says Jesus is just a messenger. That's that I just stumped myself in the foot.
My friend, I brought up a chain of transmission, which Rambam is not included in, and I said, show me who says this is about Jesus that's mentioned in this chain of transmission.
But he's the one who came up with the chain of transmission and says that Isaiah 53 is about the Messiah.
But he's not included in that chain himself.
It doesn't help you.
He's not included in that chain himself.
He is included in the chain. He is 100% included. No one would say that he's not included in the chain. This is why you don't understand Judaism. He's in all of the Gedolim and all of the Achronim and Rishonim of the Rabbanim are part of the chain of transmission.
Rav Ashi is the last one mentioned.
Who?
Rav Ashi is the last one mentioned.
Yeah, Rav Ashi. What did Rav Ashi write?
I don't care what he wrote. Is Rambam in there?
You don't know what the heck you're talking about.
Is Rambam in there? Yes or no?
You don't know. Rambam is there, brother.
Show me. Pull it up and show me. Pull me up and show me his name in there.
So what does Rambam write? What that? All right. Let me answer. Okay, let me answer this. Okay, let me say it this way. Did Rambam? What does the work that you're quoting have to do with? What is that whole code that you just quoted? What is that?
For the millionth time, the transmission of the law.
No, brother, that's the introduction to the Mishnah Torah.
Like, what is this guy on?
Brother, you're not listening. The whole Mishnah Torah is the halakhic legal code, meaning that Rambam is codifying Jewish law from the Talmudim, from the Talmuds, meaning that he's in the chain of transmission and authority of one to bring this down halakhically and Jewishly legally. You have no idea what the heck you are talking about.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
Brother, you're pulling out sources that
you talking in Hebrew doesn't help you, my friend, because I can talk in Bosnian and make myself sound smart. It doesn't mean shit.
I'm not talking Hebrew. Look, first of all, you can't even control your tongue, brother. You can't even control your tongue. Look, you're getting upset. I get it.
It literally says Ravina and Rav Ashi were the final generation of the sages of the Talmud.
Yes, we're past the time of the Talmud. When was the Talmud written?
Okay. Beautiful. So is Rambam mentioned in here? Yes or no?
Rambam is in the chain of transmission. You ask any rabbi, he's in the chain that's continuing because he's writing Jewish legal works. You don't even know what you're talking about.
This guy is on cloud nine, fam.
No, brother, this is the fact of what we're talking about. You have zero idea of what you are talking about, and you're getting caught, and it's okay. You made a mistake. Just go back, study the sources more. Email me, I'll teach you.
You brought up a quote that refutes you.
No, he didn't. No. Oh my gosh.
My source of authority is the book of Genesis to Revelation. I don't appeal to other
Yeshua
sources.
Akbar.
My source of amen. And I don't appeal to other sources to be my authority in these things. When they correlate, but they are not the standard. The very Elohim, the words of God, is what? It is the Torah, the Gospels, the writings, and the books of the prophets as well going on to the New Covenant. This is the Word of God. This is what we base our doctrine on. When the rabbis agree, great. When the Quran agrees, great. But understand that this is the source of authority. You appeal to a source that you don't know, and then you just got crushed, and that's what the reality is of what's happening.
But you didn't do anything. You brought up a source that says it's messianic, yet it says that they won't know his mother's name.
Okay, so you didn't know what you were talking about.
Knows who marry,
Brother, listen, I just, let me say it again. I literally just told you that it is not an authority for us of absolute truth. Isaiah 53 is about the Mashiach, because the New Covenant tells us about the Mashiach, that he'll be led away to the slaughter, that he'll be sliding before his shearers, that all of these things will be the reality, and it's what happens inside of the New Covenant. These passages are applied to him by the disciples of Jesus, Yeshua, who walk with him. This is why we believe they're not messianic, not because of what some rabbi said 1100
wait a minute.
years later.
Radar, did the disciples,
I told him earlier.
Were the disciples aware of the Old Testament?
Yes, of course they were aware. No, of course they were. What are you talking about?
Were they aware of the Old Testament?
Of course they were. I never said that they wasn't. Again, so Central, again, I'm
Logic,
trying to
So, Isaiah 53, would you say that the disciples of Christ were learned men of the Old Testament?
Learned, I believe they became learned. You know, they had to have some things that were revealed to them after the fact during. So there was a lot.
Testament?
Learned, I believe they became learned. You know, they had to have some things that were revealed to them after the fact during. So there was a lot of stuff that they were lost on and confused on. So I wouldn't say completely well learned like that.
Did they know that Jesus' role as the Messiah was to be crucified?
After Jesus revealed that to them, yes. Before that, they didn't understand that.
How? I'm pretty sure there's verses in the Bible that says that they knew the Old Testament. I mean, they were Jews. They would have had to know it.
Yeah, well, so did the Pharisees. They knew the Old Testament, but they didn't understand the Messiah and still rejected him, right? So they didn't have full understanding until Jesus brought that revelation.
Oh my God. Logic.